Hi guys, welcome to our alchemizing everything that we've been sitting on and working on. So I hope that your gratitude towards yourself and everything that you are grateful for, forgiveness, self-love, even though it was 4 days, 5 days, I hope that it was kind to you, you were kind to yourself, and you really stuck by it. So with this being said, I want to sage out this space, this environment, this alchemy, asking spirit for the alchemization energy, the transmutation that we are about to receive. Each and every one of us will be different, so I ask that whoever is watching and engages with this session, that their alchemy session is exactly tailored through them, through the guides, through the universe, asking that it is specifically for each and every single one of you. Adding some cinnamon, getting rid of any energy that's inflated or inflamed, bringing in some good energy. So with that being said, let's bring in some sweetgrass. I ask the guides, the universe, for this healing energy, their helpers, each and every one of them, to link in and basically send your charge, your person, the energy that they are needing right now. You hear my space heater? Oh yeah, open up your windows for at least like 5 minutes and let the air kind of flow out, whether it's the windows, the doors, you know, like air out your environment. So in here, I don't know if you can see. So in here I have some Jerusalem myrrh and frankincense, and then regular Ethiopian frankincense. So I just want to give this back to the alchemy, the energy itself, and I ask that this is successful because we're working with the elements. I also have salt, sand, and fire. So when I do alchemization, I tend to work with fire quartz and sand and salt. So I started doing this in June, and it was brought to my attention by some of my past lives in Egypt, and so I really wanted to incorporate that with Sahara sand, and I wanted to really dig into that. So that has helped me. So unfortunately, I did not get natron, which would be what the Egyptians would have been used to versus regular salts, like white iodine salts or sea salts. So bringing this in, and I ask the elements of sand, fire quartz, and salt to come into play with us, bringing that in. So with that being said, wanted to put that out the way, and I am going to grab our canopic jars that are holding our elements, and I also have a selenite angel. Let's turn that off. So with this being said, we are going to start by opening up our first canopic jar. This is salt. Salt is a purification. It's an embalming material that basically wicks moisture out and basically helps preserve. This is why there's high concentrations of salt when you're preserving food, specifically meat. So with this being said, let's open our canopic jar. And we're just gonna take a little bit of salt. Like that much. We're gonna take, well, a lot of our fire quartz. And finally, our sand. And we're just going to sprinkle. I could edit this, but I really don't want to. And we have a fire quartz coaster that I'm repurposing to basically hold. And like I said, I just knocked over a lot of the fire quartz. So with this being said, we are going to place this right here, right on. And I'm asking that your spirit guides, your spiritual protectors, your team initiates this drawing of this energy, this alchemization that I am about to give you and help you with, that it come forward and be successful to everyone watching. So with this being said, I'm just going to hand this to you. So now that this energy has been lifted, I'm just going to set this right by you and ask that this coaster, this fire quartz coaster that has drawn the energy of the other chips, the salt and the sand, I ask that my guides from ancient Egypt that have given me this alchemy to come forward and give it to your guides in this way, in the most respectful, easiest way to digest and to integrate. So with this being said, I need you to take a series of deep breaths. And you, like I said, take a series of deep, deep breaths. Spirit guides, I ask that you allow this magic to happen. I incorporate both fire, earth, and salts. I also incorporate spirit and air and water. I ask that everything that has plagued us, or everything that we have fought in the last year or years to come, the cycles are now broken. They're lifted into the aether and dissolved. With this being said, I'm asking that this alchemization portal is now open and active in any way, shape, form, that the viewer and the people who choose to participate, that they are now open to receive the multidimensional frequencies that they need, the light language, whether or not healing, whatever they want to call this, and open up. Please keep them safe and keep them protected, please. So now my spirit guides who are working with you to give you guys this alchemy, they're asking you to imagine what it would feel like listening to rattling, to listen to a harp. Imagine yourself in temples that are lit only by wicks and oil. What do you smell? Do you smell the incense that are burning? The veil is being lifted, and you're being transported into a stone bed. You have priests surrounding you, and you have women off to your side, and these women are basically portal keepers. They basically are here to nurture you. They're asking that you put your trust in these women who are here to keep you calm and keep you loved. They're basically like the nurses. Basically, while the high priest and the invocationers are chanting, and in the background you will hear them say, "To thine who are in the west, and to thine who are in the south, to those that we seek in the north will be found in the west. We seek the wind from the east, and we have gone down." The gods and the spirits around us, they stir Magic is in the air, and at the grasp of the fingertips, we allow the key portals to be open. Under the watchful eyes, we seek and we go deep. Places veil underneath you and around you so that your journey may be well. Enchanted with the magic rituals and the protection that and invocation that has been gifted. We seek to send you on your journey. And so it is, so it was, so it is, and so it has been. I will this, and I gift this. And just like that, burning, they light the veil on fire. And with you, your body ceases. Now your pure spirit and pure energy that you have been entirely transmuted from your body, the energy that has now been lifted is removed. And on your journey, you will encounter 3 spirits. These 3 spirits will teach you a lot about yourself. And this is your mind, your soul, and what will happen. So basically, what will happen is basically not just what will happen to you in your journey, but these are like the guides that will take you. So what I'm being seen is like there's a river, and through this river you will be on a boat, almost kind of like the river Styx with Karin, and he's teaching and taking the departed souls. And with this being said, I feel a lot of like in my heart that's being lifted right now for you guys, and it's basically just saying that they're taking a part of you that has gripped and grasped the pain. They're taking this part of you to transmute into a plane of existence that is directly tailored to every single individual. So some of you could be going to a schoolhouse where there's no one else around, and you will be taught. That part of you will be brought back to a traumatic event, and in that they will work through. For one of you, you'll basically be in a meadow where there'll be your guides sitting and teaching you how to feel the energy and how it feels alive, and basically how you're connected to that energy and how to harness it. And once that energy has fully peaked that maturity and that healing, it will be sent off to the universe in like basically a cloth, I guess, and it will be woven back into your energy healed. So basically, it's not just over lifetimes or things like that. This energy will be instantaneously healed because it will be living, a part of you will be living in a different dimension healing. So basically, someone is saying that like, it's about time, I'm ready to go, let me go. So for you, one of your inner children, and I'm saying this is because there's more than one, they're saying like, I'm ready to go play, I'm ready to go be around people who love me or beings who love me, and I'm ready to go home now. So it was kind of like, she's been through a lot, and I'm gonna say she for this individual. I don't know who she belongs to or worked with, but she's ready to be at peace, and she's asking that you let go because she loves you, but she wants to go home now. So Spirit is saying that the body in which she has enveloped will no longer exist in this dimension. I'm not saying whoever she belongs to is going to just cease up and die. No. What I'm saying is this being will not exist in the physical form that you exist in now. So it's time to let her go. And she's giving you a huge hug and saying thank you for taking me home. Like, thank you for letting me experience what I've experienced through your eyes and through your lens. Like, thank you for understanding, but I'm going home now. Please don't be mad. Like, she's really saying that is, please do not be mad at me for wanting to go home. It's just been exhausting and I don't want to fight anymore. I cannot exist in a plane of existence where I don't feel loved. So for her to make this step is huge, and in turn of her maturity and her healing. So now she is waving goodbye and saying and blowing you a kiss. So she's ready to go home. So just let her go back to the light, let her go back to God, the universe, whatever entity you believe in, the angels, things like that. She will be taken care of. I feel like a tugging where I'm like, okay, we got to move on now. So we're back on the boat, and in the boat we're talking, and I'm hearing a little bit of chatter, but it's very, how do I want to say that? It's very muted, where basically like I can hear it, but I can't make out what it is. But I know that there's speaking. I'm seeing a lot of orange, like basically tubular orange lights that are going off, almost kind of like an orange borealis in the sky. And I'm just looking at it like I'm mesmerized. And then to the ocean or to the river before, like below us, I feel like someone's trying to like touch it to see what it feels like. And it's bioluminescent and it's turning green, like by your touch. And I can kind of see like little like figures, not fairy or basically like river nymph or mermaids, merfolk. This is almost kind of like there's an energy of the spirit itself up the water, and they're coming through almost kind of like tadpoles or water skippers. So they're very playful and surrounding the boat, and it's almost kind of like they're showing the guidesmen where to go. It's almost like they're actually directing the boat and things like that. So for one of you, you're about to get off, and I see this giant field, and it's like after the harvest, and we're walking, and in this walk, because you're in front of me and I'm looking to make sure we're meeting up with three men, and they're welcoming you and saying that it's time that you had come because they deeply needed you. And with that being said, we're walking to a village, and I just see like a sword like propped upright by like a pole, like a wooden tower, I guess. No, just kind of like the base of a power line without the T, the cross beam, is what that looks like. And there's some markings. And it's basically kind of like a boundary, or basically like, oh, you're in this part of X, Y, and Z town, you know? And in this, they're bringing you to the leader, to the shaman. And the shaman is basically casting away the veil that was put on you. And they're saying, welcome home. I feel like one of you who is having this, that will resonate. I feel like you kind of feel like you're not at home no matter where you go, even within yourself. And this is like, they're telling you it's time for you to come home. They're going to help you come home. So I'm seeing you walk, and like the veil is gifted back to me, and they're like waving me off. So I'm back walking towards the boat, and like I'm getting back on the boat, and I can see that we're turning around, we're going somewhere else. And now that we're back, there's this fork in the road, and the boatsman or the ferryman is asking who's next. And we're just looking. And so after that, he takes us back. We're going back to where we started. And they're like telling us to go back through the door that we came, because that's all they had to drop off. So with this being said, we're back into the temple, back in our physical form, and we're like being drawn back in like breath, back into the veiled body that has now resurfaced. Like, there's a pile of sand on the table, and from the sand there is like water being poured through liberation. They're speaking, they're chanting, and they're bringing us back. They're bringing back our memories, but the memories are a lot clearer. They're a lot more understanding, and they're saying this is their gift. The ancients, they're passing on their wisdom, and basically, for one or two maybe, I see a Pegasus, but I also see a phoenix. And they're marking the feet. Yeah, they're marking the feet. What is this mark? I heard Nubsea. What is Nubsea? They said eternity. Okay, Nubsea. So with that being said, one of the chantresses is placing her head over, like, her hand over a head and pulling the veil back and bringing us back into bringing us back into alignment. And basically saying that we have belief systems that are no longer true in our reality that need to be healed. Can we heal this reality right now? Can we heal this belief system for those? I heard, and the first part I didn't really catch, it was like Min, and then there was something else, and then I heard Harka. And this means so it's basically by wish, by choice. Okay, so it's entirely up to you. They can only do so much. Sara Hasim isitiu utiyanani ukhai usera hal meehehosh. By Sakarsa. Naniosa. Ming Petarka, please. Alright, thank you. So with this being said, they're asking me to wrap up your energy. So basically with this being said, it's like imagine I'm pouring this into your hand, and you're going to take it and just basically put it over your heart like this. So you're going to draw your power, drawing your strength and drawing your fire. So basically the fire is your soul itself. They're asking you to draw this back into your heart space. If you find glitter, like basically any type of glitter, and you know that there's no glitter around and you start finding glitter, that is Spirit's way of saying this energy has worked in any space. It could be months from now. It could be 5 days. Who knows? At any time in reality, if you find glitter like in your path and it's not there before, Spirit is saying this is your alchemy, and basically this is like your quote unquote fairy dust, I guess, your spirit dust. So basically these are the beings that have come to help you to realize like this is your sign, it did work. So with that being said, peace, love, and happiness. I love you. Make sure you love you though, and happy New Year's. Well, happy New Year's Eve. So I hope that when we wrap up 2024 and go into 2025, you get to make the choices and you get to do the motion. Don't try to control the motion. Live it. Your body is a frequency that is manipulating reality. So with this being said, make the motion and love you. So with this being said, peace, love, and happiness. Love you.